Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Patrick. Welcome back to Halos and Heroes Road to Recovery. The song that I'm going to cover today is 6 a.m. Life is Beautiful. So, as you know, my songs are all about the road to recovery that I'm on. Songs that have affected me and either kept me going or helped me in some way, shape, or form. So, let's give it a go.
There's nothing like a trail of blood to find your way back home.
Let's try that again with a little more volume and passion, shall we? Yeah, good idea. There we go. Try it again.
There's nothing like a trail of blood to find your way back home.
Nothing like a trail of blood to find your way back home, right?
You can't quit until you try. You can't live until you die. You can't learn to tell the truth until you learn to lie.
All these juxtapositions of finding the good in life out of the bad. Um, you can't live until you've died. I know from my experience that I had an abscessed tonsils that they had to drain 6 cc's of fluid from. And the doctor told me that if I had had a mirror, I would have seen death looking at me over my shoulder, tapping me on the shoulder, wondering whether I was going with him or not. And I think that he knew the condition that I was in general and hoped that it would scare me. Sorry about that. That it would scare me into getting clean, which it didn't. But it gave me a new lease on life and it made me rethink some of the decisions I'd been making. And ultimately, 6 months later, I did end up quitting. And that was a contributing factor. Very easy to take life for granted when life seems certain. Once you reach a point where life isn't so certain, you start being more grateful for the little things. And trust me when I say that the little things in life become everything. You stop questioning, when am I going to get my turn? And start being grateful that you're still here to have a turn. That no one will cry at my funeral. One thing to take from this is that these are lyrics from Nikki Sixx's Heroin Diaries, and those lyrics are taken from actual words that he wrote during his journey on heroin, the number of times that he died and overdosed, the things that he experienced, the things that he went through, the struggles that he went through. And when he came out the other side, he produced these journals and turned them into novels, which got turned into a movie. And I think that it was so that anyone going through what he went through would know they weren't alone. And so, me including this in my journey is kind of bringing it full circle. I want to let people know as well that they are not alone.
Some things that you don't. I've done things that you won't. There's nothing like a trail of blood to find your way back home. I was waiting for my hearse. What came next was so much worse. It took a funeral to make me feel.
It took a funeral to make me feel alive. I mean, there's the metaphoric dying to feel alive, and then there's the literal dying to feel alive. And I pray that those of you out there that are still using do not feel what those of us who have either come close to or actually died to live have had to experience. If you're still on that road, let this be a cautionary tale instead of a reminder of what you've already been through. Let this be a cautionary tale that this could happen instead of being able to relate. Before they get into this part of it, the musicianship. This was, from what I understand, this was a group that was composed of musicians that had already been in established bands, thus a super group. And while I'm not familiar with the names of everyone in the group, I do know Nikki Sixx plays in it. And so the fact that he's still going and still making music is very impressive. And I know that it's not easy to go through a struggle in life and still be able to get back on that horse and keep going. But it is possible. So don't give up hope. Don't give up faith. You will find your way onto that path, whether it's through someone that guides you to it or you stumble around in the darkness until you find it. You'll find it if you keep looking. When I came in last night and changed my message to "If I'm not here, then I am dead," that is probably the most grim meta conclusion that I have heard.
Just open your eyes, just open your eyes and see that life is beautiful. Will you swear on your life that no one will cry at my funeral? Just open your eyes.
It's a pretty cool guitar spin back there. Just thought I'd throw that out there really quick. 6 a.m. Life is beautiful. Go over and give him a shout out. And as always, you're not alone. I care, and I love you guys.